If you waste any more of my coal, I shall have to ask you seek employment elsewhere.
But Mr. Scrooge, it's cold and my fire has nearly gone out.
Warm yourself by the candle.
Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Ah, humbug.
Christmas, the humbug, Uncle. You don't mean that, I am sure.
I do. Merry Christmas. What right have you to be merry? What reason have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
Come then. What right have you to be dismal? What reason have you to be morose? You are rich enough.
Ah, humbug.
Don't be cross, Uncle.
What else can I be when I live in such a world of fools as this? A Merry Christmas. What's Christmas time to you but a time for paying bills without money? A time for finding yourself a year older and not an hour richer? A time for balancing your books and having nothing in them? If I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with a Merry Christmas on their lips should be boiled in their own pudding and burrowed with a stake of holly through his heart. Or he should.
Uncle!
Nephew! Keep Christmas in your own way and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it? But you don't keep it.
You leave it alone then. What's good it may do you? What good has ever done to you?
There are many things from which I might have derived good, by which I have much profited. I dare say Christmas among the rest. But I am sure I have always thought of Christmas time apart from the veneration due to its sacred name and origin. If anything belonging to it can be apart from that, as a good time, a kind, forgiving, charitable, pleasant time, the only time I know of, and the long calendar of the year when men and women seem by one consent to open their shut-up hearts freely and to think that the people below them were really fellow passengers to the grave and not another race of creatures bound on other journeys, and therefore, Uncle, though it has never put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket, I believe that it has done me good, and I believe that it will do me good, and I say God bless it.
One more sound out of you and you'll start your Christmas time by losing your situation. You're quite a powerful speaker, sir. I wonder you don't go into Parliament.
Don't be angry, Uncle. Come, dine with us tomorrow.
I'll see you hanged first.
Why? But why?
Why did you get married?
Because I fell in love.
Because you fell in love. Good afternoon.
Nay, Uncle, you never came to see me before that happened. Why is that a reason for not coming and seeing me now?
Good afternoon.
I want nothing from you, and I ask nothing of you. Why cannot we be friends?
Good afternoon.
I'm sorry with all my heart to find you so resolute. We have never had any quarrel to which I've been a party of, but I will make the child promise to keep my Christmas humor to the last. So a Merry Christmas.
Good afternoon.
And a happy
Good afternoon.
And a very Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Fred.
There's another fellow, my clerk with 15 shillings a week, and a wife and family going on about a Merry Christmas. I'll retire to bed.
Mr. Scrooge and Mr. Marley, exactly. May I have the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Mr. Marley has been dead for 7 years. He died 7 years ago this very night.
So we have no doubt his liberality is well represented by this so fine party. At this festive season of the year, Mr. Scrooge, it is more than usually desirable that we make slight provision for the poor and destitute who suffer greatly at the present time. Many thousands are in want of common necessaries. Hundreds of thousands are in want of common comforts, sir.
Well, there are no prisons.
Plenty of prisons.
And the union workhouses, are they still in operation?
They are. Oh, I wish I'd say they were not.
Okay, well, the poor line, the treadmill line, full bigger thing.
So very busy, sir.
Good. Now, I was afraid from what you said at first that something had occurred to stop them in their useful course. I'm very glad to hear it.
Under the impression that they scarcely furnish Christian cheer in the mind or body for the multitude, a few of us are endeavoring to raise a fund and buy the course of meat and drink community reform. We're doing this at this time because it is a time of all others where want is keenly felt and abundance rejoices. What shall I put down for you?
Nothing.
Oh, you wish to remain anonymous?
I wish to be left alone. Since you asked me what I wish, that is my answer. I don't make merry myself at Christmas, and I can't afford to make idle people merry. I have to support the establishments I have mentioned. Cost enough, and those who aren't better off must go there.
You can't go there, many would rather die.
Well, if they had rather die, they had better do it, and decrease the surplus population. Besides, excuse me, I don't know that.
But you might know it.
It's none of my business. It's enough for a man to focus on his own business and not to focus on other people's. Mine occupies me constantly. Good afternoon.
Christmas is coming, the goose is getting fat. Please put a penny in the old man's hat. If you haven't got a penny, then a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got a halfpenny, then God bless you. God bless you. Christmas is coming, the goose is getting fat. Please put a
Quiet down there! Quiet, imbeciles. Hasn't been to work with that racket.
Well, it's closing time anyways, Mr. Scrooge.
So it is. Okay. I suppose you want the whole day off tomorrow?
Well, yes, if quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient. And it's not fair. I mean, if I was to dock you half a crown for it, you'd think yourself ill-used, I'll be bound. But yet you don't think me ill-used when I pay a day's wages for no work.
Well, it's only once a year, sir.
Poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. But I suppose you must have the whole day. But be here all the earlier the next morning.
Oh, yes, yes, I will, Mr. Scrooge. Thank you.
Everything is as it should be.
in life. Your partner, Jacob Ballew.
Can you sit down?
I can.
Do it then.
You don't believe in me.
I don't.
What evidence against my reality would you have other than that of your senses?
I don't know.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because a little thing affects them. A slight disorder of the stomach makes them cheats. You could be an undigested bit of beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of an underdone potato. There's more of gravy than a grave about you. Oh. You see this toothpick?
I do.
You were not looking at it.
No, but I can see it, notwithstanding.
Well, I have got to swallow this in me for the rest of my days, persecuted by a legion of goblins, all of my own creation. Humbug, I tell you, humbug.
Listen to me, Ebenezer!
Oh, merciful spirit! Why do you trouble me?
Man of the worldly mind, do you believe in me or not?
I do. I must. Why do spirits walk the earth, and why do they trouble me?
It is required that the spirit within every man must walk abroad amongst his fellowmen. And if that spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death. It is doomed to wander the world and witness what it might have shed on earth turn to happiness.
And you are fettered. Tell me why?
I wear the chains that I forged in life. I made it link by link, and yard by yard. I girded it on my own free will, and on my own free will I wore it. It is passing strange to you. Or do you know the weight and the length of the strong chain you bear yourself? Why, it was as heavy and as long as this one 7 Christmas Eves ago. You have labored on its sense. It is a ponderous chain.
Jacob Ballew. Tell me more. Speak comfort to me, Jacob.
I have none to give. It comes from other regions, conveyed to other ministers, to other kinds of men. Nor can I tell you all I would. A very little more is permitted of me. I cannot rest. I cannot sleep. I cannot linger anywhere. I never left our counting house, Ebenezer. In life, my spirit never roved beyond our money-changing hole. Where we journey lies before me.
You must have been very slow, right?
Slow.
We're 7 years dead, traveling all the time.
The whole time. No rest. No peace. Incessant torture of remorse.
You travel fast.
On the wings of the wind.
You must have covered a great quantity of ground in 7 years.
Oh, captive bound! Captive bound and double-ironed! Not to mention that the ages of incessant torture from immortal creatures must pass into this earth, before which is all susceptible is all developed. Not to know that any Christian spirit working kindly in its little sphere, wherever that may be, will find its mortal life too short for its vast means of usefulness. Not to know that any space of regret can make amends for one's life opportunities missed. At this tune of the rolling years where I suffer most. For why did I walk abroad amongst my fellowmen with my eyes turned to the ground? Never to look up at that blessed star which that wise man took more above. Were there no poor homes to guide me to? Mark me! Ebenezer, my time is near the door.
But don't be hard upon me. Don't be flowery, Jacob, pray.
How is it that I appear before you in a shape that you can see? For I have sat beside you many a day, and that is no light part of my plans. But I am here today to warn you, Ebenezer, that you have a chance and a hope of escaping my fate. A chance of curing, Ebenezer.
You are always such a good friend to me. Thank you.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Is that the chance and hope you mentioned before, Jacob?
It is.
Well, I think I'd rather not.
Without their business, you cannot hope to shun the path that I tread. Expect the first, when the bell tolls 1.
Well, couldn't I take them all at once and have it over?
Expect the second, when the bell tolls 2. And the third, when the last chime of 3 ceases to vibrate. And look to see me no more. And look that for your own sake, you remember what has passed between us. Good night, Ebenezer. They have come for me. Can you hear them? Our misery is this. We wish for good to interfere with human matters, but have lost the power forever. A wretched woman with an infant huddled in the doorway.
The door locked. Are you the spirit man whose coming was foretold to me?
I am.
Who and what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, your past.
Well, you better put out those candles on your head before they burn.
Would you so soon, worldly hands, put out the light I give? Is it not enough that you are one of those whose passions dimmed my light in hopes that I would through whole trains in years and darkness lead my way?
No offense meant, but what business brings you here?
Your welfare.
Much obliged. Although a good night's sleep would have done me more good.
Your reclamation measures. Rise, take heed, and walk with me.
Oh, please. I'm a mere mortal and liable to fall.
Bear but a touch of my hand, and you shall be upheld for more than this.
Oh. Thank goodness! I was a boy here. I was
Strange to have forgotten it for so many years ago. Let us move on.
Oh, it's all the boys from St. James. There's Dan. Tony. It's dear old Tony.
Toady?
The pony is Tony. Dan got him one year for Christmas. Dan! Hey, Dan!
These are but shadows of things that have been. They have no consciousness of us. The school is not yet deserted. A solitary child neglected by his friends is left there still.
I know it. It's my dear forgotten self as I used to be.
Look.
Why, it's Alibaba. Yes, it's dear old honest Alibaba. Yes, I know. One Christmas time, when yonder solitary child was left alone, he did come for the first time. Just like this. Oh, and there's Valentine and his wild brother Orson. There they go. And the poor fool put down in his drawers at the gate of Damascus. And the Sultan's groom turned upside down by the genie. There he is upon his head. Well, it serves him right, I'm glad of it. I mean, what business had he to be married to the princess? Oh, and there's the parrot. A green body, yellow tail, a thing like a lettuce growing out of the top of his head. The poor Robinson Crusoe, we called him, after sailing around the island one night. Poor Robinson Crusoe. Where have you been, Robinson Crusoe? The man thought he was dreaming, but he wasn't. It was the parrot, you see. Oh, and there's Friday running for his life to the little creek. Poor boy. I wish, but it's too late now.
Well, what is the matter?
Nothing. There was a little boy singing a Christmas carol at my door last night. I should have liked to give you something, that's all.
Well, let us see another Christmas.
I'm coming to bring you home, dear brother. To bring you home, home, home. Home, little fawn? Yes, home for good and all. Home forever and ever. Father is so much kinder now than he used to be that home's like heaven. He spoke so gently to me one dear night when I was going to bed that I wasn't afraid to ask him once more if you might come home. And he said, yes, you should, and sent me in a coach to bring you, and you're to be a man, and are never to come back here again. But first, we're to be together all the Christmas long and have the merriest time in all the world.
You're quite the one that'll find.
Bring down Master Scrooge's box there. He's going home.
Did you hear that, Ebenezer? Home, home, home.
Always a delicate creature who was left man with her. But she had a large heart.
So she had. Yeah, you're right, Spirit. I'll not gainsay. God forbid.
She died a woman, and I think had children.
One child.
True. Your nephew.
Yes.
Do you recall this warehouse door?
Recall it. Oh, was I apprenticed here? Why, it's old Fezziwig. Bless his heart, it's old Fezziwig alive again.
You hold there, Ebenezer dead.
Dick Wilkins to be sure. Bless me, yes, there he is. He was very much attached to me, wasn't he? Dear, dear.
Yo-ho, boys. No more work tonight. Christmas Eve day Christmas, Ebenezer. Let's have the shutters up with the and St. Jack Robinson. Hilly-ho, clear away, my lads. Let's have lots of room here. Hilly-ho, Dick, cheer up, Ebenezer.
A small matter to make these silly folks so full of gratitude.
Small?
Why is it not? He has but spent a few pounds of your own money, 3 or 4 perhaps. Is that not enough that he does not deserve this praise?
Isn't that Spirit? Isn't that he has the power to render us happy or unhappy? To make our service a pleasure or a toil? To say that his so small and insignificant that you can't count them up. What then? The happiness he brings is quite as great as it costs a fortune.
Well, what is the matter?
Nothing particular.
Something, I think.
No. No, I should like to say a word or two to my clerk just that's all.
My time can grow short. Quick.
It matters little to you, very little. Another idol has displaced me, and if it can cheer and comfort you in time to come as I would have tried to do. I have no cause but disagree.
What idol has displaced you?
A golden one.
This is the even hand doing of the world. There is nothing at which is so hard as poverty, and there is nothing at which it professes to condemn with such severity as the pursuit of wealth.
You fear the world too much. All of your hopes have merged into the hope of being beyond its sore reproach. And I have seen your nobler aspirations fall off one by one, until master passion gain engrosses you, have I not?
What then? Even if I have grown so much wiser, what then? I am not changed towards you. Am I?
Our contract is an old one. It was made, we were both mere poor and content to be so. Until in good season, we should improve our worldly fortune by our patient industry. You are changed. When it was made, you were another man.
I was a boy.
Your own feeling tells you or know where you are. I am which promised happiness were one in heart. It's fraught with misery now we are two. How often and how keenly I have thought of this, I will not say. It is enough I have thought of it, and I can release you.
Have I ever sought release?
In words, no, never.
In what then?
In a changed nature, in an altered spirit, in another atmosphere of life. In anything that ever made my love of any worth or value in your sight. If this had never happened between us, tell me, would you seek me out and try to win me now? No.
So you think not?
I would gladly think otherwise if I could. Heaven knows, when I've learned a truth like this, I know how strong and irresistible it must be. But if you were free today, tomorrow, yesterday, can I even believe you would choose a dowerless girl who you, in your very confidence, would her away everything by gain or choosing her? If for a moment you were false enough to your one guiding principle to do so, do I not know the regret and repentance would surely follow? I do. I release you with a full heart of the love of him you once were. Memory half past makes me hope you will have pain in them. For a very, very brief time, but you will dismiss any recollection of it gladly as an unprofitable dream from your past. May you be happy in the life you've chosen.
Our spirit, remove me from this place. Why do you delight to torture me?
One shadow.
No more. No more. I cannot bear it.
Ballew! I saw an old friend of yours this afternoon.
Who was it?
Yes.
How can I? Mr. Scrooge.
Mr. Scrooge it was. I passed his office window and, as it was not shut up, I saw a candle inside. I could scarcely help seeing him. His partner lies upon the point of death, I hear. And there he sat alone. Quite alone in the world, I do believe.
Spirit, remove me from this place.
I told you, these are shadows of things that have been. They are what they are. Do not blame me.
Remove me! I cannot bear it.
Look upon me. Have you ever seen the likes of me before?
Never.
Have you never walked forth with one of the members of my younger family? Me, of course, for I am very young. Or one of the older members born in the later years?
I don't think I have. I'm afraid I have not. Have you had many brothers?
More than 1,800.
Oh, a tremendous family to provide for. Spirit, conduct me where you will. Now, I went forth last night on compulsion, and I learned a lesson, which is working now. If you are about to teach me something, let me profit by it.
Touch my robe.
My goodness! Is there a peculiar flavor from which you sprinkle from the floor?
There is my own.
Well, would it happen to relate to any sort of dinner on this day?
To any kindly given will pour one most.
Why to a poor one?
Because it needs it most.
Spirit, I wonder you of other great beings that surround us should desire to cramp these people's opportunities of innocent enjoyment.
I?
Well, you seek to close these places on the seventh day, and it all comes to the same thing.
I see.
Forgive me if I am wrong, but it has been done in your name for many years, or at least in that of your families.
There are men upon this earth of yours who lay claim to know us, who do their deeds of pride, passion, ill will, vanity, bigotry, and selfishness in our name, and who are unknown to us, and all of our kin and kin as if they never existed. Charge their doings on themselves, and not us.
Oh. Whose house is this?
Your clerks.
What has ever got your precious father then? And your brother Tiny Tim and Martha weren't as late last Christmas Day by half an hour. Here's Martha, Mother.
Mother! Why, bless your heart alive, my dear, here you are. We had a deal of work to finish up last night and had to clear away this morning, Mother.
Well, never mind, so long as you're come. Sit you down by the fire, my dear, and have a warm. Lord bless you. No, here's Father, Martha. Hi, Martha, hi.
Why? Where's our Martha?
Not coming.
Not coming. Not coming upon Christmas Day.
Don't be disappointed, Father. It's only a joke.
Come on.
And how did little Tim behave?
Oh, as good as gold and better. Somehow he gets thoughtful sitting by himself for so long. He thinks the strangest things you've ever heard. He told me upon coming home that he wanted the people in the church to see him because he thought it might be pleasant for them to remember who made lame beggars walk and blind men see. But Tiny Tim is growing strong and hardy. Oh, my!
Hurrah! Plate. Your plate, Father. Come here, your plate, Tim. Father, could you pass me Tim's plate? I'm going to bring up the cutting.
I can't watch. I'm too nervous.
Oh, there, dear. I'm sure it will be fine.
It might not be done enough. I should have left it on longer.
Don't worry, Mother. It's been on a good while.
I can't look. Suppose it should break in turning out.
Suppose somebody should have got over the wall of the backyard and stolen it while we were making merry.
Three days better, my man.
Run and save the pudding. Watch out for the crooks.
Oh, dear, this is the best pudding you have made since we were married.
Well, that's a great weight off my mind, but I had my doubts about the quantity of flour.
Quite a small pudding, isn't it, for so large a family?
Oh, shh! I think it heresy to say so. Any Cratchit would blush at the suggestion.
Merry Christmas, my dears. God bless us.
God bless us. God bless us, everyone.
Spirit, tell me if Tiny Tim will live.
I see a poor, empty chimney corner, and a crutch without an owner carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered, the child will certainly die.
Oh. Oh, no, kind spirit, say it will be spared.
If these shadows remain unaltered in the future, then none of my kind will find them here. But, if you be like to die, you better do it and decrease the surplus population. Man, if you be man in heart, and not adequate to forbear that which you can't, until you have found what the surplus is and where the surplus is, decide who shall live and who shall die. It may seem in heaven's eyes that you are more unfit to live than millions like this poor man's child. Oh God, to hear the insect on the leaf pronouncing too much life upon his hungry brothers in the dust.
Mr. Scrooge, I give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
Feast indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and I hope you have a good appetite for it.
My dear, the children, Christmas Day.
It should be Christmas Day, I'm sure. To which one drinks to the health of such an odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. You know he is, Robert. Nobody knows better than you do, poor fellow.
Yes, my dear, I know. It's Christmas Day.
I'll drink to his health for your sake, and for the day's, not for his. Long life to him. He'll have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. He'll be very merry and very happy, I have no doubt.
You know, Master Peter, I have my eye on a situation that can bring in a full 5 and 6 pence weekly.
All week long, we are touching Holly to one exacting milliners. One Christmas week, we work 12 hours a day. But tomorrow, I shall lie then, all morning. After all, it is a holiday. Last week, I saw a Countess and Lord at the shop. Imagine a real Countess and Lord. But the Lord wasn't any taller than Peter.
Where are these people rushing to?
To visit their friends and family.
Judging by the number of them on their way, you think there'd be no one at home to give them welcome. Where are we going? Oh, not to see.
To see, look there.
A light.
A lighthouse. Even there, the two men who watch the light, join their holding hands across the table, and wish each other a Merry Christmas and a kind of grog. Even they, their faces damaged and scarred with hard weather, drank up a sturdy song whose life the gale itself. And even out beyond the distant shore, upon the black and heaving sea, there lies a ship on an abyss whose secrets are profound as death, and there are sailors who hum a Christmas tune, or think a Christmas thought, or speak by God of Christmas Day, with homeward hopes belonging to it.
He said that Christmas was a humbug as long as I lived, and he believed it too.
More shade for him.
He's a comical old fellow, that's the truth, and not so pleasant as he might be. However, his offenses do carry out their own punishments, and I have nothing to say against him.
I'm sure he is very rich, Fred. At least he always told me so.
Well, that, my dear, his wealth is of no use to him. He does not do anything good with it, and he cannot make himself comfortable with it. He does not have the satisfaction of thinking that he will ever benefit us with us.
I have no patience with him.
Oh, I have. I feel sorry for him. I cannot be angry with him if I tried. Who suffers by his ill whims? And himself, always. He retakes it to his head, dislikeness, and to what? Not to come and dine with us? What's his consequence? He does not lose much of a dinner.
Indeed, I think he loses a very good dinner.
Yes. Well, I am very glad to hear it because I haven't any great faith in these young housekeepers. What do you say, Doctor?
Well, we bachelors are wretched outcasts. But I have the right to express my opinion on the subject.
Do go on, Fred. He never finishes what he begins to say. He is such a ridiculous fool!
I was only going to say that the consequence of his taking a dislike to us and not making merry with us is, as I think, that he loses pleasant thoughts which could do him no harm. I am sure he loses pleasant companions with his own thoughts, either in his moldy old office or his dusty old chambers. I mean to give him the same chance every year, whether he likes it or not. For I pity him. He may wear out Christmas till he dies, but he cannot help thinking better of it. For I defy him. If he finds me going to a temper year after year and saying, Uncle Scrooge, how are you? If it only puts him in the vein to leave his poor clerk 50 pounds, that's something that I think I took him yesterday.
We should play a game.
Yes. My man, brother.
Yes, I love that game.
I'm trying. That's been my nose. I think that's Can you see? Can you see? No. Oh, okay. You look over. What?
Oh, it isn't fair. Why, I no more believe you are blind than I believe you have eyes in your boots.
Oh, that's hair. That hair is familiar. Oh, let me touch your headdress. I'm sorry. I'm stumped. I don't know you at all.
Oh,
But perhaps if you wore this ring, then I'd know you. Oh, I'd know you anywhere. Oh, let's play yes and no.
The time is growing late.
Couldn't we stay until the guests leave?
It cannot be done.
Here's a new game. 1.5 hour more, sir. Only one.
Now, here's how you play yes and no. I will think of something and the most of you must guess what it is, but I can only answer your questions with yes or no in this case.
Is it an animal?
Yes.
is it a live animal?
Yes.
Is it a disagreeable animal?
Yes.
Is it a savage animal?
Yes.
Does it growl and grunt sometimes?
Yes.
Can it talk?
Yes.
Does it live in London?
Yes.
Does it walk about the streets?
Yes.
Does it perform in a show?
No. Is it let out?
No.
Does it live in a menagerie?
No.
Is it killed in a market?
No.
Ah! Horse!
No.
Is it an ass?
Yes.
Is it a cow?
Oh, no.
Oh!
No.
A tiger?
No.
A pig?
No! Cat!
No.
Wait! Can I know what it is?
What is it?
It's your Uncle Scrooge!
Not fair! She said if it was a bear, you should have said yes! Oh, he was trying to throw us off track.
He has given us plenty of Mary, but not to drink to itself. Here is a glass of mullet wine ready at your hands. And at the moment I say, Uncle Scrooge!
Where? Uncle Scrooge!
A Merry Christmas to the old man, whichever he is. He may not take it from me, but may have it nevertheless. Uncle Scrooge!
Uncle Scrooge! It has been a long night, Spirit. If it has only been a night. Oh, your hair is turning gray. Are Spirit's lives so short?
My time upon this globe is very brief. And it's tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight at midnight. Hark, the hour is drawing near.
Spirit, forgive me if I am not justified in what I ask, but I see something not belonging to yourself protruding from one of your skirts. Is it a foot? Or a claw?
It may as well be a claw, for the flesh goes upon it. Look here.
Spirit, are they yours?
They are men's, and they cling to me appealing for their fathers. The boy's ignorance, the girl's want. Where them both to no longer degree, where the boy, for I see which is written in June, which cannot be easily erased. Tonight, slander all those who tell it ye and admit it for their own facetious purposes, and by bend.
Oh,